This might look like laziness. But if you know this feeling, keep listening.
You had a day off today. No work. No obligations. Nothing you had to do. And you did nothing. You lay there. You scrolled. You moved from the bed to the sofa and back. You told yourself you would start something in an hour. Then another hour passed. And now it is evening. And instead of feeling rested, you feel guilty. Lazy. Useless. Weak. You think, what is wrong with me? Other people use their days off. Other people are productive. Other people don't waste time like this. But here is the question nobody asks. When was the last time you were actually okay? Not fine. Not managing. Not holding it together. Actually okay. Because what you are calling laziness might not be laziness at all.
The difference nobody teaches you.
Lazy is when you have energy, and choose not to use it. Exhausted is when there is simply nothing left. These are not the same thing. Not even close. A lazy person feels fine. They just don't feel like doing the thing. An exhausted person wants to do the thing. They think about doing the thing. They feel guilty for not doing the thing. But they cannot move. Not because they don't care. Because the tank is empty. Does that sound familiar? You care deeply. Maybe too deeply. You think about everything you should be doing. The list in your head is long and loud. But your body just won't. That is not laziness. That is your system shutting down to protect itself.
What exhaustion actually looks like.
Most people think exhaustion means tired. Just sleep more, they say. Take a rest. Have a vacation. But real exhaustion, the kind that many people are living with right now, is not fixed by sleep. You can sleep 8 hours and wake up just as tired. You can have a whole weekend of doing nothing and still feel empty on Monday. Because this kind of exhaustion is not in your muscles. It is in your nervous system. It is in your emotions. It is in the part of you that has been carrying too much for too long. Bessel van der Kolk, who studied how stress lives inside people, found something important. When a person is under constant pressure, emotional pressure, social pressure, the pressure of just getting through each day, the body stays in a state of alert. Always ready for something. Always switched on. And a body that is always switched on, never truly rests. Even when you are lying on the sofa doing nothing, something inside is still running. Still tense. Still waiting. That is why the rest doesn't work. You are resting on the outside. But inside, the engine never stopped.
The world that created this.
Let's be honest about something. The world right now is exhausting. Not because you are weak. Because the demands are genuinely too high. You are expected to be productive. Creative. Social. Healthy. Financially stable. Emotionally available. Always growing. Always improving. Always performing. And if you are not, something must be wrong with you. This is a lie. But it is a very loud lie. And you have been hearing it for so long that you started to believe it. You started to measure your value by how much you produce. Good day means I got a lot done. bad day means I didn't do enough. Rest feels like failure. Doing nothing feels like falling behind. And so even when your body screams stop, your mind keeps pushing. Until one day, your body stops asking nicely. It just stops. And you call that laziness. But it is not laziness. It is your body doing the only thing it could do. Forcing you to rest. Because you wouldn't do it yourself.
The signs you have been ignoring.
Exhaustion doesn't arrive suddenly. It sends signals. For weeks. Sometimes months. Sometimes years. Small signals. You used to enjoy things. Now they feel flat. You do them, but the feeling is gone. You used to have patience. Now small things irritate you faster than they should. You used to be able to think clearly. Now simple decisions feel heavy. What to eat? What to wear? Where to start? You sleep but wake up tired. You rest but feel guilty. You try to relax but cannot fully switch off. You feel behind. Always behind. Like you are running but the finish line keeps moving. These are not personality flaws. These are signals. Your system is telling you, something needs to change. The question is, are you listening?
Why you keep pushing anyway?
Here is the painful part. Most exhausted people know something is wrong. They feel it. But they keep going anyway. Because stopping feels dangerous. If I rest, I fall behind. If I fall behind, I fail. If I fail, what does that make me? There is an identity attached to being productive. To being the person who handles things. Who keeps going. Who doesn't complain. And resting feels like letting that identity go. Like admitting something you don't want to admit. So you push. And push. And the exhaustion gets deeper. And the guilt gets louder. And one day you are lying on the sofa on your day off, unable to move, calling yourself lazy. When actually, you are just a person who has been running on empty for far too long.
What real rest actually is.
Here is something important. Scrolling through your phone is not rest. Watching something while your mind is still busy is not rest. Lying down while feeling guilty is not rest. These things might feel like rest. But they don't restore you. Because real rest means your nervous system actually calms down. Your body feels safe. Your mind stops running. The tension releases. Real rest looks different for different people. For some it is walking slowly with no destination and no podcast. For some it is sitting somewhere quiet with a warm drink and nothing to do. For some it is a real conversation with someone safe. For some it is creating something with their hands, cooking, drawing, making something small. The common thing is this. You are fully there. Not thinking about what you should be doing. Not planning. Not performing. Just present. That presence is what restores you. Not the hours of scrolling. Not the guilty naps. Real rest.
The permission you are waiting for.
Maybe you are waiting for someone to tell you it is okay. To rest. To stop. To not be productive for a day. So here it is. It is okay. You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to have nothing left. You are allowed to lie there and not do anything and not have to explain it to anyone. You are not a machine. You are a human being. And human beings get exhausted. Especially human beings who care a lot. Who try hard. Who hold everything together while quietly falling apart inside. Kristen Neff, who studies self-compassion, found something clear in her research. People who are kind to themselves when they struggle, recover faster. Perform better. Feel more motivated. Not because they are soft. Because they are honest. They see what is actually happening and they respond to it with care instead of criticism. What would you say to a friend who was exhausted and calling themselves lazy? You would not say, "Stop being so weak. Just do something." You would say, "You need to rest. You have been carrying too much. Be kind to yourself." Say that to yourself. Right now.
How to start coming back.
This doesn't fix in one day. But it starts in one day. 1. Name it correctly. Stop calling it laziness. Say it out loud or in your head. I am exhausted. I have been carrying too much. My system needs rest. This is not an excuse. This is an accurate description of what is happening. And when you name something correctly, you can respond to it correctly. 2. Find one thing that actually restores you. Not entertains. Not distracts. Restores. Think about a moment when you felt genuinely calm. Genuinely okay. What were you doing? Start there. Even for 15 minutes today. 3. Remove one thing from your plate. Just one. Something that is draining you and doesn't have to be done by you. Or doesn't have to be done now. Or doesn't have to be done at all. Let it go. Even temporarily. Your to-do list will survive. 4. Stop measuring your days by productivity. At the end of today, instead of asking what did I get done, ask something different. How did I feel today? Did I have one moment of real rest? Did I do one thing that was just for me? That is a different way of measuring a day. And it leads to a different kind of life. 5. Take the guilt seriously but not literally. The guilt will come. It always does. When you rest, the voice will say, you should be doing something. Hear it. Acknowledge it. And then say quietly, I know. But I am choosing rest right now. You are not ignoring the voice. You are just not letting it make all the decisions anymore.
The last thought.
You have not been lazy. You have been carrying something heavy. For a long time. Without enough support. Without enough rest. Without enough kindness toward yourself. And your body did what bodies do when they are pushed past their limit. It stopped. Not to punish you. To save you. The exhaustion is not the enemy. The exhaustion is the messenger. And the message is simple. You matter too. Not just your productivity. Not just your usefulness. Not just what you do for others or how much you achieve. You. The person inside all of that. That person needs care. That person deserves rest. That person is allowed to be human. Start treating yourself like someone worth taking care of. Because the day you do, something shifts. The guilt gets quieter. The rest gets deeper. The energy slowly starts to come back. And one morning you will wake up and feel something you almost forgot was possible. Ready. Not perfect. Not fully healed. Not caught up on everything. Just ready. And that is enough. That is more than enough.
If you enjoyed the story, leave a like and subscribe.